Good morning, everybody. Is everyone ready to do maybe our last cooking of this school year? I had a bunch of bananas that are starting to go bad. So what do you think I'm going to make with these? Not bad, but they start to get brown and they're not as yummy to just eat plain. What should we make with these? Banana bread or banana muffins? Yeah. Who doesn't love banana bread or banana muffins? I love them. Okay, so what do we do first? We're gonna put on our apron, right? And then, you guessed it, we're gonna wash our hands. Okay, do this, and wash our hands, okay? Roll up my sleeves, grab them right over here. And has everybody been still doing a good job of washing their hands lots of times every day? I bet you are. Okay. All right. Let's get started. Okay, so remember what we do first. We always keep the wet and the dry ingredient separate, right? And then we mix them together. So we're gonna start with the wet ingredients. And since we've been studying chicken life cycles, I wanna show you this goose egg. Look at how big it is. So this recipe calls for 2 eggs, and that's about 1 goose egg. It might be even, 1 goose egg might be even closer to 3 eggs, but we're gonna call it good with that. I'm gonna crack this and show you guys what these goose eggs look like. Okay? Crack, crack, crack. See if you can see this. This is gonna be, they have really hard shells. Look at that shell. It's like thick. Now I have to show you this egg. Ooh, wait, I have to pick up the camera and show you guys. Look at this. Look at how big the yolk is of that thing. You see that? It's huge. Goose and duck eggs are really good for baking because they're really rich. So for things like meringues, things that you need to get like your egg light and fluffy, it's really good for that. Okay, so we have our egg, and then we're gonna add our sugar. We need a cup of sugar. I already measured that out. So I'm gonna pour my sugar into my bowl with my egg, and then I'm gonna give it a stir, okay? Mix that all up in there. Everybody see this? Yum. Okay, and now we have to add butter. Butter adds like fat to your recipes. So sometimes you add oil or butter. Some people like to use coconut oil, but that's what helps to make whatever you're baking nice and moist. So I soften that for like 30 seconds in the microwave, because otherwise you'd have big hard chunks of butter in your whatever you're baking. So it's good to soften it first. And mix that all in there. And then what is the rest of our wet ingredients in banana bread? Bananas, exactly. So we're gonna add our bananas next. We're gonna add 3 bananas. And here's a little trick that I like to do. I squish the banana up a little bit when it's still in the peel. And then I open it up, and it's already kind of like pre-mashed. And then I put it in there. I'm gonna squish the next one. And then I'm gonna open it up and put that in there. And then the third one, we're gonna squish up. And open that up. Bananas are so good for you. They have lots of potassium in them. Okay, now, this is a little bit of the hard part. We want to mash this into our, you know what I'm going to use? That usually works really well? This whisk. And I can kind of mash it up in here. Can you see this? So making sure your banana's good and squished up in there. This is kind of fun. Okay. What do you think? That look good to everybody? Good and mashed up in there? It's okay if you have some chunks. Okay, that's all. Oh no, we have one more wet ingredient, vanilla. Vanilla just adds some nice flavor to your baking. We're gonna add a half a teaspoon of vanilla. That's a little more, but I'll pour a teeny bit back. Half a teaspoon vanilla, okay? Okay, I'm gonna mix that up. Okay, now I'm gonna set this right over here. I'm gonna clean up my workspace a teeny bit. Throw my banana peels and my eggshell away. And now we're doing our dry ingredients, okay? So we need 1.5 cups of flour. So here's our 1 cup measure. 1 cup, see that? Nice and level at the top. And then 1/2 cup. So 1/2 plus 1/2 makes a whole. So this 1/2 cup would be halfway filled on the 1 cup measure, but I have a 1/2 cup measure today, so we're gonna fill that up, half. It's all the way filled, but there's a 1/2 cup measure, so 1.5 cups. And then we're gonna put in 1 teaspoon of baking soda. This is what's gonna help your muffins to rise. And remember how I've been telling you each week, I use a little